Good evening, good evening. Once again, it's your friend, it's your family. True Streets and True Streets that could have been a pastor. I am the Hood Guru, and this is my life. Sorry I ain't been with y'all for a couple of days, but I had to be getting some personal things together. But once again, I'm back in the house, and I'm back here in the cave. Y'all ready to get this started? Let's go. Well, as a couple of y'all know who, for the few that have been chiming in, I've been thinking about doing this Art for Nail cooking competition. Spoke with my sisters working on that, so that's one of the reasons I've been doing like a lot of footwork and stuff. So that's one reason why I haven't been updating lately. And also, I've been doing my TikTok thing, and it's starting to pick up. And so I was trying to figure out a way how I can incorporate my TikTok with my podcast and mix them all into one. But instead, I have to do a little bit more footwork in that also because the people that I'm speaking with on, on live, even though we're on live on TikTok, that don't mean they want the information that's shared, to be worldwide. However far YouTube lets this platform go. So I need to get their information, prior, or at least let them know what that I'm gonna be airing it on my podcast also. So I've been doing that and take care of that thing right there. So I'm trying to get it worked out. But once I do, I'm trying. Like I said, that's one thing I'm trying to do. I also been dealing with my kids. Holiday coming up, Easter and all. I don't celebrate Easter, but my kids' mothers usually do. So that's how that goes. But anyway, I'll be working this weekend, so I'll be making some people smile, make some people full, do what I do. But I'm also in the mix of trying to move, because I truly want me another house. So I'm trying to do the footwork in that. So that's another reason why I haven't been updated, because by the time I've been getting in, going to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting there at 5, putting my time in there, then try to go do my other footwork far as my moving and getting other information and stuff like that right there about this cooking competition. And so I've been tired, so I've been sleeping. And then also, like I've informed you a little while back, that I had an injury to my back. So I was supposed to start working now, but my back started hurting again. And since I don't like taking medication, I just rode the pain out, So that's that. So now that my back is feeling better, I will be officially starting to work out again, because, like I said, every day that I don't work out, I feel some type of way. It's a part of me. I just love juice. But so once again, I hope everybody's prayed up, everybody's blessed up, everybody's feeling good. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things I incorporated with my TikTok live is I let a couple of people hear my stories. And once again, like I said, when I tell stories, I put the people that are listening into the story. And I had a wide range of a reaction. And I mean, like, one of the ladies I was talking to, telling the story, she made me quit telling the story because she started feeling some type of way. I've had, then there's a couple others that was like, wow, talking about like the stories and stuff like that, and like they're good, and they really see themselves. Because like I said, my stories are not like I'm reading a book to you, or something that you heard as a kid. My stories go into vivid details of situations, and it's more like a meditation type of thing, because I set the tempo, I set the atmosphere, and it's more like a relaxing thing that takes you off on a little journey. And basically, the reason I tell the stories the way I do, because sometimes I won't be there to tell the story. And by me putting the people in actually in the story, they can always remember the thought, you know, and they can play over the story, let it play over and over within their head because it's embedded within your memory. Whereas though most stuff you hear is going one ear and out the other, it's in your unconscious, but you don't know. But the way I tell my stories is vivid, whereas though I pretty much tell them to get into a comfortable state, you know, and it's pretty much a meditational vibe, which I start telling the story, and then I go into the story after that. I feel as though they're relaxed or they comply about they're in a good position where they want to hear the story. And then I often ask them questions within the stories. And basically, that means the more they, how can I say, the more they go into the storyline and they agree with what's happening in the story, I can continue my story to go anywhere. And basically, I can take them anywhere. And so, when I ask them these questions and ask them, do you want me to continue the story? Do you want me to continue the process of what I'm talking about within the story? And I get them in agreement and they, you know, they reply with the yes or whatever, then I know that they're enjoying the story. And see, no story ends the same, no story truly begins the same. And they're unique to the listener. And whether I'm telling this story to a lady who may be the main character I'm making the story about, and there are other listeners, the other listeners can also switch the person that I'm talking to with themselves, and they'll also be portraying within the story. And it's more like I almost said dream because it makes you feel like you're within the dream because it becomes vivid. You know what I'm saying? And then what it is your um, your imagination state is bringing all the visions and all the images of, you know, and all the colors and stuff of the things that I'm saying. You know, and the reason it works and they're such good stories is because majority of the things that I'm talking about, whether it's by movie, whether it's by personal travels or whatever, a lot of the clips you've already seen. Some of us seen them multiple times, like, you know, fields, forests, waterfall, the ocean, beaches, you know what I'm saying, parties, Caribbean foods, island foods, American foods, you know, different resorts, casinos. And so when I bring you to that state, all of the pictures is already, for the majority of it, is there. All I have to do is apply them together and make the situation. And so when I do that, people tend to enjoy the stories. So once again, this is True Streets. True Streets. Could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. This is my life. This is what I enjoy doing. I don't push my issues on no one. I don't push my opinions on nobody. I share love. I share joy. And I just want to make people smile, make people feel better. Like I said, I'm here to become the better me. And the only way I could be a better me is to help others to become a better them. So, getting back to what I was saying. So, yeah, my stories are quite unique and fulfilling to the mind and the body. And my stories are so vivid because the way I set the scene that it can make things that you're seeing in your mind happen to you in the physical state. So I'm ready to take and click on my live, turn my volume down. First, I'm opening up my phone, so that's what I'm tapping. Alright, so I'm opening up my phone. I'm gonna go on my TikTok. Now that I'm on my TikTok, I'm pushing my creator button. Let me turn the volume down. Okay, let me go live. Alright, and let me go. There we go. Now when that kicks in, then I'll explain, then I'll turn my face back so we all can understand me in here. Alright, so now that we live, okay, I'm gonna bring my TikTok people in, okay? Alright, then when I bring my TikTok people in, they're not gonna see y'all, y'all not gonna see them. But, so everybody that's coming up on here on TikTok, I cannot hear you because I'm recording live on my other platform. But basically, I'm getting ready to tell a story. And I'm explaining on my podcast about my stories. So if any of you ladies out there listen, I'm pretty sure you're going to like this story. And basically, if you listening, just close your eyes and just listen. Charlene, check it out. Just listen. I'm going to tell y'all a story. Alright? And if you close your eyes, you'll be in this story. Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. Once again, I'm doing my live thing. So, alright. So what you do is, right, you get into a relaxing state. After you get into a relaxing state and get comfortable, you know what I'm saying, then you take a couple of breaths and breathe in and breathe out, you know what I'm saying, and when you breathe in and breathe out, you get more comfortable and you release all the innermost bad thoughts that you had that day, all the hateful thoughts that you had that day. Release all your job pressures, your job stress. Don't even think about the kids at that moment. It's a you time. So basically, when it's you time, you gotta take time for yourself. Set your lights to a lower tempo. You know what I'm saying? Even play you some music in the background if you want. Self-love is key to self-happiness. Right? Alright, now once you get into a comfortable state, I'm going to start the story. Now, whoever's listening, this story is for them. But you got to listen to this story. You got to and you're putting yourself in the story. So when you're going through the storyline, everything that you hear, if you close your eyes and just imagine, it'll all be vivid and clear, just like you was dreaming. So if any of y'all ever went to the beach or ever went camping or hiking or ever went fishing or just wanted to meet that special somebody on a long trip, that, or somebody you was getting over a breakup, or somebody you just wanted to be free and wanted to live a different life for a moment, but you can't because your everyday life keeps you stressed, keeps you basically locked up and at the table working 9 to 5 or so many hours a day. But see, this little technique of stories can give you a free piece every day and make you feel just that much better every day. And basically, all it is picking your scenery. If you like going camping, you pick camping. If you like going fishing, you like going hiking, you just want to have a picnic in the field of flowers. So basically, all you have to do is close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths until you get real relaxed and real calm. And then once you get real calm, you go into the story. So tonight's story It's going to be a day at the beach. And we're going to start it just as simply like this right here. You gather up all your nice little things. You get your picnic basket. And you get everything that you need for a nice little journey out to the beach. For the ladies, you get your small bikini, your little two-piece or fashionable statement one-piece. Brothers, you know how we do it. We get our long shorts, get a couple things, oil. Put it this way, when I say the beach, this is a story. So whatever beach that you've never been to that you would love to go to, that's the beach. So now, you get in your car, you ride out. It's a beach with a lot of sand. It's got a couple of mountains in the background. It's got a waterfall. And basically, the story is, it's like when you have a stressful day, all right, and things quite don't go your way, and you just want to release, but you can't go nowhere. It's just another way of meditating. It's another way of just getting sanctuary without having to go anywhere. It is like heaven because like you can make it any way you want, and I'm saying like it helps me, it helps other people. I've told these stories to people who had, how can I say, panic attacks, stopped them from having panic attacks. I told them people who just had a bad day, was just tense. So basically, anybody can use these stories. Rich people, poor people, old people, young people, single people, marriage, it doesn't matter. This story's for everybody. And basically, all it is to make you feel better. Like I said, I tell these stories because I like to see people smile. I tell these stories because I like to see people get happy. You know what I'm saying? And so right now, I do apologize for everybody who wants to, co-host or whatever with me. But I'm actually doing my podcast, so that's why I can't hear nobody talking on there, and I'm not pushing the button. If you follow me, I will come to your page. I'll let you know that. But please have a face. But anyway, like I was saying, so when I tell these stories, I'm just going to tell a story, and we're going to be done with that. Okay? So, all right, here you go. So like I said, you gather everything for the beach. You jump in your car. You got your favorite soundtrack. You got everything because you plan on being out all day. So you take a ride out. Alright, you smell the salt in the air. You see the cliffs in the background. The road winds. The sun is out. You see seagulls in the distance. And so you arrive to the parking lot. You get out of the vehicle. You get all your essentials. And you take your hike down towards the beach. So you see the long grain grass. See the white sand as you start to walk through. A couple rocks. Start to see shells broken up on the ground. And you start to get to the opening of the beach entrance. And you see signs here telling you that you can swim on the beach. And of course you also see the sign that says it's a private beach. So you go in, find you a nice little spot down on the shoreline. The wind is blowing, the sun is out, it's bright, but it's not too hot. You see seagulls off in the distance, just floating on the air, just catching the drifts of the thermal winds just floating around. You start to prepare your section. You lay out your blanket and you get your cooler set up, your radio set up, and you have one of those small umbrellas. So you have your umbrella set up so the sun will be straight on you. settle in for relax on the beach. But before you get ready, you get yourself strapped up and you put on your different oil so you won't be itching in the salt water and you won't be burning in the sun. Then you head down to the water and you would think it would be cold, but it's nice and warm. It's nice and clear. You can see the sand straight down to the bottom. And it's just clear water. You see a couple of big rocks protruding out the water from a distance. See people diving off the cliff, splashing into the water below. So you start to enjoy your time. You splash around a little. Go in and get your hair wet. You put on your snorkel gear. Then once you put on your snorkel gear, you look at the fish on the ground floor. You see some circus fish, clownfish. See a couple of other species. You can see a little coral, a lobster. So once again, you come up to the top so you can get some air. You just looking around. Then you get back to the beach, get out the water, you dry yourself off so the sand won't irritate you. And then you lay down on the beach. There's no one around. You just relax and you turn your music on. You open up your little book you brought with you. You start looking at your little book and you start to read. Then you take a couple looks and you get your drinks out, your ice. Then you have your little food platter. You might have some cheeses or some grapes on it, strawberries. Just a little small picnic. So once you laid out a little while, and you have a couple of your drinks, a little wine, or maybe a little tequila, your preference. Nice song comes on. And then you start to go into your little stash pack. Roll up your Bob Marley, for some of us. For some of us may not. Take a couple totes. Then you start to relax. Eyes start to get heavy. Your body's comfortable. And you just relax and listen to your music. And it is the tone in the background, the smoothness. You hear every drum, the piano notes, steel drums, the cymbals, the shakers. And you just vibing. And you start to drift off. So as you sleeping and you drifting off, you start to dream. And while you're dreaming, you notice your stuff still alone on the beach, but your music is no longer playing. Now it's more of an island music playing. It captures your mind. It's intriguing to your ear. And as you listen to the music, you start to get carried away with the music. And you vibing with it. And then you look down the beach where the music is coming from. There's a shadow figure. So you're looking at the shadow figure, wondering who it is. But it's just two of y'all on the beach now, where the beach was quite full a couple hours earlier. So now it's near the evening. It's about 6 or 7. And since you planned on being out there a while, you already got your lantern set up. You already brought it with your little beach kit. So now as the sun starts to set, A little time passes, music's still playing. You light your, some would call them lanterns. So now the lanterns is blowing. And then you get your kid and you walk up and down behind you on the beach and get a couple of sticks and logs, short ones. You build your little beach fire. So everybody know how a beach fire is hypnotic, translucent. You tend to see the fire just dancing right before your eyes. Not really for the heat, but for the light show it actually puts off as it shimmers across the ocean waters. As the waves go in and out, you see the flickerings of the fire. You see the ambers just popping and coming back down. And so now you're more intrigued. You feel a little bit more lucid. You had a little bit more drinks. You smoked a little bit more if that was the case. Now you still want to know, who is this shadowy figure at the other end of the beach that's been down there all evening right along with you? So, bold that you may be, you get your little key mace. For us fellas, get your courage up and you start walking down the beach. And as you go down the beach, you start to see the figure more closer. Then as you get closer, you realize that, hey, this person is quite attractive. Touche. You say many of us have many different tastes. Different tastes in women. Some people have different tastes in men. So the vision of the person you want to see is the vision that you will see within the story. So if you're a man and you want a woman, you'll see her. If you're a woman, you want a man, you'll see him. If you're a man who want a man and a woman who want a woman, that's just what it is. But as we continue the story, as you come up on the shadowy figure and realize that they're quite attractive, and they're just down there beating on the steel drums, just having a good old time with their own fire lit. And you was like, well, look, down the beach, I got some food. You introduce yourself, and you're sitting on the beach by yourself, and if they would like to, share time with you, they come down the other end of the beach. If not, it was nice meeting them, and they have a good evening. But the music that they was playing, you tell them that you was quite intrigued and you liked it. So they said, well, let them put out their fire and tidy up their little camp, and they'll come down and, sit with you. So there, it's a date. So you go back down there. For the ladies, you know how you like to do. Give yourself 2 squirts, give a perk up. A little bit more fair to the face. For us guys, we just shake it off. But anyway, so now you're sitting down and the person that starts to come and accompany you. And since this is a story, they look more intrigued, looks more mysterious, looks fit, beautiful smile, lovely eyes, pleasant speaking voice, the right height. So as you get to talk and the evening gets to go on a little longer, one of you asks the other for a dance. So you're dancing to the music of your selection that you brought. You're having a quite good time. The conversation's going good. The moon's out, of course. And one thing about the moon at the beach, it's like it's right there in front of you at the beach. It's like the movie Jim Carrey, when he pulled the moon all the way down, and it was just right there, perfect, just shimmering off the water. And you're dancing, and the moon's out, and it's like the stage is set for a masterpiece. So you sit down and you get to talking about past, but nobody brings up past relationships. Could be a good thing. And so you just enjoying each other time. And then before you know it, blame it on the liquor, but the alcohol starts to kick in. The herbals are doing their job. So now everybody's guards down, and then the flirtatious act starts. You know, ladies, guys, play like we want it, but we don't want it. And so you just start to touch hands by accident. When somebody likes you, they get to touching your leg or your arm, leaning over close to you. But the drinks don't even know the temperature changed, even that the fire is starting to burn a little low. Just enjoying each other's time. Then what we call the awkward moment, the kiss. So the kiss comes upon, and everybody knows that you can have a good time with somebody, but if that kiss isn't right, it just might just be a good time. So he doesn't want to go, she doesn't want to go. Who's going to make the first move? Everything else is perfect. So then you lean in at the same time, and you kiss. And to your avail, sparks go off. Soft lips, pleasant breath. Not too sloppy, but it wasn't dry. So now, you gain yourselves composure, and you try to conversate again. So you start up the conversation to try to blow off the kiss. But once again, the inevitable starts. So all you can think about was the kiss. But where could the kiss lead? And thus, I end this story. And the reason I end this story, because I don't want to get barred from TikTok. But once again, basically, that's how the stories start. And that's how they go. But yet, there are endings to them. But that's when you bring the person into the story. And that's when you ask them, do you want to continue the story? Or do you want to stop the story? And that's what brings you more and more into the story. My favorite color is green. But once again, this is your friend, your family, True Streets. From True Streets, I could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. Once again, this is my life. This is what I do. I don't put my opinions and force my opinions on nobody. I just wish everybody love, happiness, and peace. This is what I do. These are my feelings. These are my emotions. So if you need my help, or if my word helped one person, or my stories helped one person, I did my job here today. So thank everybody once again for tuning in. And for the ones who don't know me, and for the ones who do, when I turn my head to the right, you already know what time it is.